What's up, world? What's up, Zion? It's been easy coming at you again, as usual. Well, let's get to it, as usual, right? So, right, they have the whole planetary situation. They want to save science, right? What do you think they want? My guess is money, and you have not been paying attention to this big scam here. Well, opinions, right? Just like this one here. It's just an opinion, right? He is of opinion that God needs to apologize to his people. So he thinks. What I can say right now is, yep, the world is drunk. You know, the world is drunk. I see no lie here. They themselves profess the truth. Well, we're just documenting here, right? From arson attacks to... We're going to circle back to this. Well, you remember that slide that I had last time that was talking about the Antichrist and stuff? Well, this is the guy that has been talking about it, and that was his presentation. Based on the new government laws, we have had to limit Coca-Cola Classic to 1 glass per customer. Thirsty? Help yourself to any of the low sugar, fizzy, bottomless soft drinks. This can't even, you just, I think everything is right there, right? The clue is right there. What they think of you. They think of you that you can't control your own impulses, so they have to do it for you. And I don't know how far that is going to carry over, but hey, they have already started, right? They have done the thing so many times now, it's no longer working. Right? It's no longer working, right? You might as well just say 666, brother. Not fight. No, you're not fooling anybody, right? Well, to my brothers and sisters over there in Babylon, we shall circle back to this. Well, this is where we are, right? This is where we are. Hell is a fictitious place, or even better, they say it's a state of mind, right? So one can be on earth and be in heaven at the same time, and be in hell at the same time, and be on earth at the same time, right? All of these are true, apparently, from these new revelations that we're having, apparently. Watching the escalations, well, a lot of parties are trying to build the Anglo-Saxon Empire right after Rome collapsed, right? Now it's called the EU, right? You know, others call it NATO, but it is indeed an empire, isn't it? Well, we shall circle back to this in a later video, as remember I promised the last time, right, about the spirit realm and all that. Well, I don't know what to say, but basically your money is gone. You just don't know it yet. Okay, your money is gone, right? Just like the French people were late to the party, right? Well, this is one way to rebel, right? This is just another alteration of the false light deception, brothers and sisters, right? This is not the first version of this deception. The first version of the deception is what you believe right now, right? This, right? This is just the inevitable end, right? The crescendo of the deception that started a long time ago with the Romans, right? Well, yeah, this is the drunkenness, right? A person, when they're drunk, they embarrass themselves and they don't even know that they're embarrassing themselves, right? But believe it or not, there are people who hold such views, as we have demonstrated here again and again, right? There are some of our brethren out there that hold such views, right? Now imagine these people have the power to do what they want to do, right? Or to rather carry out that vision. What would the world look like? Again, this just proves that they have not grown up. They have not experienced a true civilization, right? Because a true civilization understands this, that they are a result of interactions, right? Of many peoples, right? Or from all over parts of the world, right? Here in Africa, for instance, right? There, our traditional foods exist, and of course, we have other dishes that we do eat that are from India, for instance. Some of them are Arab dishes, and it just it's better for us, more variety and all that, right? But again, for a party that has not experienced this, they would see like, yo, these people are encroaching on my whatever, like what they're trying to portray right now. Hmm? This is the new propaganda that they're trying to sell. My question is, what are you going to do with Muslim Germans, right? Europeans that have converted to Islam. What are you going to do? Are you going to deny them their rights to worship? This is just a narrow-mindedness. But for a true civilization, they won't be bothered by this. Look at Africa. Right? Look at Russia. Look at China. Right? But hey, here we are. The war drums, huh? Yeah, I think it's true. I believe it's true. Right? Because this privilege has blinded, right? Has caused the hearts of many to wax cold, because they did not see the big picture of how everyone and each one of us is connected in one or the other, right? And what happens in one part of the world has a rippling effect across the whole thing, basically, right? I hope this is not true. I hope it's not true. Well, the priorities, like they say, and apparently the priority of the Europeans right now is more guns. Yeah, this is gonna end well. Well, I mean, look at this, right? Well, West version, that is what it is. And it's not even, this shouldn't be even a thing, you know? It's embarrassing for them, right? It's embarrassing. They are naked, they are drunk. They don't see it, right? So you're telling me that this right here is not a black person right there? Is not a melanated man right there? But again, you know why they won't let this become a conversation? Because it will also, again, just like I said, it would have bigger questions, right, about that whole region. The whole region, right? Who was inhabiting it before it was invaded by multiple groups of peoples? Okay? Before it was invaded. And it's not the West's story. No, everybody adapted this narrative. Right? Everybody adapted and went along with this narrative. Why? Because it benefited them in one way or the other. Right? Remember, in order to enslave the melanated man and woman, they had to find they had to come up with various schemes, right? Others took a geological approach, others took a scientific approach, others took a spiritual approach. But all of their efforts, right, and indeed, they were organized, right? It was an organized crime, right? It was an organized crime, what they did to Africa. It was an organized crime. They divided Africa in public, not even in secret, no, in public, in a whole conference. Right? And the scripture says, they have parted my land, right? And they have just taken everything for spoil, you know? You're gonna be repaid, believe me, you, right? Look at this. You don't hear Trump saying nothing about this. Look at this embarrassment. Do you think we want this back in the continent? Hell no. Go get back your pee-pee wherever you tucked it in, right? Go get back your manhood. Like, freaking seriously. You can't be a trans and a woman. That's a paradox. Just like being black, right? We are not really black. We are melanated. We are brown. And the shades of brown, right? But again, in order to enslave the black people, as they say, they had to even use legal precedents, right? And making us a black people legally, right? In a legal sense, right? In the legal sphere, being called black, right? Blacklist, black book, right? Everything evil is attached to the word black in a legal sense, right? In a legal sense, right? But again, this is just a reality, right? Well, I shall have a video pertaining to this situation, I see that people have gone crazy, right? And especially they have been holding the opinion that we are gonna be fine, right? Yeah, I do believe that the melanated people of Babylon are gonna be fine, right? Because again, this world is like, you know what we are? We are like a person walking on the beach, right? And the steps we leave behind are the steps that people are gonna have to follow, right? Even when it comes to when they lie to us about Christ being a white man, a Caucasian man, we embrace that wholeheartedly. Now it's the time for them to do the same. We have had pictures in our houses and everything, right? We were devoted. Okay, let's just say that we were devoted, right? There is so little the world can tell us about murder, right, of our peoples, the kidnapping of our peoples. Like we, I've obviously made this comment time and time again. And I say the problem with Babylon Babylon does not listen to black people. That's the problem. Right, all of these new phenomenon that people are discussing today have been going down in the black community, right, for a long time, right? They have been going on for a long time, right? For a really, really long time, right? But again, hearts have waxed cold, right? It's none of my concern. It does not interfere directly with my interest and my growth and my life and my everything, right? So just a hint, right? Yeah, you're gonna be fine, but this is you, right? Again, do not have this my mentality, right? When you're dealing with a dangerous situation, right? Of course, the melanated people are gonna be level-headed, right? We have been through a lot, okay? Let's just say that we have been through a lot, right? So it is no shock that we are level-headed at this particular point, right? But that does not mean that the adversary is also level-headed, right? Get my drift? So all I'm saying over there is no, right? Since the lockdown, the world then it's not the same, okay? It's not the same, okay? So this whole notion of doing things normal as usual, no, right? No, okay? No, okay? Move hella different. You put him there. Why are you negotiating with me? Right? This is what Rain Metal has in preparation to send it to Ukraine. This combat module, I'm hoping. Right? These are the profiteers. These are the people that they would go broke if the cannons stop firing. Right? It's either that or we just level their whole production line. Yeah? Just blow it up to smithereens. And they're scientists too. Look at that. The Londoners are finding out that their money is also gone. Right? And some other characters talking about, I don't know, trillions, invisible trillions. Now we will be asking now, where are these trillions that you keep talking about? You know, the math does not math. Oh my goodness, you know. But again, Londoners are focused on getting the Muslims out of their country. They are being invaded, right? While they're being distracted with that, look at what their governments are doing, right? Just handing over power to foreign entities, you know, just giving former CEOs and partners in weapon manufacturing, just giving them status in their peaceful, you know. And look at that, right? Your pension is gone. You just don't know it yet, right? Look at this guy. They are drunk. This is drunkardness. Seriously, this is drunkardness. They are drunk. They are naked. They don't know it. They don't see it. And he came in hot, right? He came in really, really hot. You know, you remember I talked about this guy, you know, when he was coming in. I don't remember if it was this channel or the other channel that was deleted, you know. He came in strong, you know, like, I'm gonna change this whole situation here, right? This and that. And even there's the other guy, I don't know, from Ecuador or something, the skinny guy with the oval mustache, right? Basically just a a pencil pusher, right? Maybe that's why we are getting the Gaza deal plan, right? I hope not. Well, again, drunk, right? And now they're just embarrassing themselves for our entertainment and for our educational purposes, right? Right? For those saying, oh, why is he not doing videos anymore? Well, this is what you get. You just get a picture, right? We have chemtrails over there in the background trying to kill a nigger, and of course we have the flag right there, and of course we have, right? And this was intentional, unintentional, right? But anyway, so I'm gonna put a pin on it right there, and do not go to sleep. Do not go to sleep. You don't draw fire from nobody, right? Everybody, look at the comments under this picture here, right? This is from Wyon, if I'm not mistaken. If not Wyon, then some other channel. There's no fire to be drawn by anybody, right? It's just the truth, right? And the consequence of that truth, that's what people are more concerned about, right? Not admitting and rectifying their sin, right, against the melanated people. No, they rather hide it, right? So the Europeans hide it, the Arabs hide it, and here we are, conflict, fighting over it, right? Now these are genuine conversations that are to be had at this particular point. But anyway, Prince Easy signing out. Love you. Bye.